Hey guys, I'm so excited to be back. I'm ready to share with you another week of my meals that I have planned for my family of 6 this week. So my name is Jessica, and I've been doing this for 5 weeks now? I've been meal planning for years. So this is something that's not new to me, but it's super fun to be able to share it with you guys. I've gotten some great ideas that I have planned for this week from some of you. And I actually made this list while I was at an event on Tuesday, seeing some really incredible speakers. So we heard from Kevin O'Leary from the Shark Tank. That was super fun. And Rachel Hollis, who is just a phenomenal speaker. And so in between there were some people that I wasn't that excited about, and I had my notebook, and so I started jotting and kind of planning. That's just how my brain works, and I start thinking about what I need to do when I get home or what I have to do the next day as far as grocery shopping. And when you're thinking about grocery shopping, the only way you're going to know what you really need to buy is by making a meal plan. So anyways, I learned a very, very valuable lesson this morning, and that is that when you are using video editing software to trim your video, that you should know what you're doing, because you might actually delete the whole video that you want to keep and only have left what you were meaning to trim. Yeah, I learned that lesson this morning as I I'm able to just record this video for you and then upload it to all my different social media avenues. So you can find this right here watching on Instagram TV, on my Facebook page, which is Jessica Lynn Anderson, on Pinterest, as well as on my YouTube channel. And so apparently for some of those, we want to keep it under 15 minutes and 15 minutes and 28 seconds, because I like to ramble. That's what happens. So I better get going right now if I want to have any chance of sharing with you everything that I did this morning. So anyways, of course, I want to share with you how my week went how my menu went last week. It went amazing. Everybody was thrilled with the choices that they had for dinner, which was a relief as a mom for once. And except for Tyler wasn't sure about the sweet and sour chicken, which I was not surprised about, because he's kind of funny when it comes to different sauces. And so it's kind of a hard one to kind of like keep some of the meat out for him plain. And so he kind of had to bear with, and then he ended up eating some random things with it. And I was okay with that because he tried it again. And I already know there's just some food you're not going to make your kids eat, because they've told you like many times it's just not their favorite. And I don't like to eat food that I really hate, and I've tried several times either. So anyways, moving on. One thing I want to tell you is that just because I share with you Monday through Sunday my meal plan doesn't necessarily mean that that's exactly what we're going to follow as far as like the day we're going to eat it. But as I just mentioned before, if you kind of make a meal plan, then that's what you have in your fridge from your grocery shopping trip, right? And so Tuesdays and Thursdays, because we are eating at like 4:15, 4:30, literally, those are the days that I tend to stick to it the most. And Friday is always usually pizza. But the rest of the week, sometimes it depends. If we have a dinner and it has a lot of leftovers, we're gonna choose to eat those up, or I find something in the fridge, or we go out to eat. I'm going to shift things around because I don't want to end up throwing anything away that I have made. I don't like to waste things. We can always shift it into the next week. That did not happen this week. We didn't eat things exactly according to the schedule because of some things that came up and whatnot. But we had the sweet and sour chicken last night because we ended up not having company. And so we have leftovers of that I'll probably be eating lunch for the next couple of days. So I went out to lunch today with my friend Becky after shopping this morning at Costco's and getting pretty much a good chunk of what I need to make my menu for this week, which I'm going to share with you now. All right. Go back here. Okay. So tonight, if I would have made the video this morning and shown you, I would have told you we were having baked chicken, potatoes, and a mixed vegetable or peas. And now I'm changing that because I saw those rotisserie chickens for $4.99 at Costco, and I'm like, done. We're getting 2 of those because that seemed a lot easier, especially because I sometimes like to overdo how much I can plan into one day. And I thought, you know what, this is going to make tonight so much easier. And it's super cost effective for our family. So I grabbed 2 of them because I'm going to use the leftovers later this week. So listen for that. Okay. So tomorrow I'm planning to have spicy pork sandwiches, coleslaw, some raw vegetables, and chips. When I talk about raw vegetables, I'm talking like cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, snap peas, celery, sometimes grape tomatoes. Okay, so I always like have that circulating because we put those in the kids' lunches. We snack on those throughout the day, and we pull them out for dinner when we're having something that's not a cooked vegetable. Does that make sense? So I want that to always be available and an option for my kids, because say I'm giving them some chips on their plate tomorrow when they eat their spicy pork sandwich. If they haven't tried their coleslaw, which I know they will probably not want to, I like to put it on my spicy pork sandwich, and so does my husband, then they're not going to get any more chips until they've eaten a couple pieces of their vegetable. So that's kind of how we roll in our house. So spicy pork sandwiches are something that I will make every so often. What I'll do is I'll put some kind of pork roast into the crock pot and let that go all day long and season it up to make it a spicy version, which there's tons of different recipes or sauces that you can buy. And then we'll serve that on rolls or buns, put some coleslaw on top, and then people can fill up on that. So the boys will eat 2 of those and they'll be completely satisfied with that. And it is a balanced meal with the coleslaw and raw vegetables and stuff like that. It makes everyone happy. And it's Tuesday, so we can do it quickly, and it'll be hot for my husband when he gets home from work later. Wednesday, I got this idea from my friend Melinda when I was at that event. I asked her, what's something that you make for dinner? And she said, beef stroganoff. And I was like, I don't know that I've ever really even made that. It's been years. So I kind of thought, how could I make that a little bit easier? If I can't find a chunk of beef or roast or, some kind of like chuck roast on sale to make the beef stroganoff for the meat portion of it, I could pick up meatballs. So I went to Costco today and I wasn't really finding what I was wanting. So I'll probably head to do Walmart grocery tonight and just see what I can find on there. Grab some meatballs. I'll make that gravy and spread it over some egg noodles, which I know will please everybody. I'll probably make it with extra gravy because the kids will really like that, and we'll each have a side salad. Okay, so that'll be a nice filling meal, and the kids will love that. Thursday, we're gonna have quesadillas. So I'll be able to use the leftover chicken from the rotisserie chickens for quesadillas on Thursday. So we usually use the monster shells. I have a quesadilla maker, and we'll cook them on the stovetop. And so we'll load those up with chicken and cheese and some green or yellow peppers or onions, and we'll dip that in sour cream and salsa, which I make all my own homemade salsa, full of vegetables, and we'll probably serve like frozen fruit on the side or something like that. Now, sometimes the kids will eat like a lot of those, so I need to be really prepared and make sure that we're really loading them up with lots of protein, and I'll use like a whole grain tortilla for them and such like that. So for everyone, really, that's what we eat. So Friday is usually what? Pizza. Right here in the Andersons, we can usually be pretty reliable with our Friday night meal. And we've been having a lot of frozen pizza, so we are going to have homemade pizza. Homemade pizza is so easy to make. Now you have like several options, and I will get really creative with this. I can make Friday night pizza night pretty creative. I mean, we can make different like stromboli type pizzas. We can use English muffins, tortillas that are left over. But pretty traditionally, I will make some pizza dough in my bread maker, which is really easy to do. And we will just use mozzarella and pepperoni, but for the sauce, So easy to make your own homemade pizza sauce, and it tastes so much better if you can use your own seasoning. So I'll buy like a small jar of tomato sauce and a small jar of tomato paste and season it up with a whole bunch like paprika and onion salt, garlic salt, crushed red pepper, those sorts of things, and it's really delicious. So I can make a lot of pizza, plenty to feed our family of 6. So Saturdays have been kind of crazy. And something that I've learned is that during the week, I'm much more likely to food prep during the day because I'm not distracted with different like family type activities. And especially right now, the kids are like away at school, right? And so I was thinking about the meal plan for the next 2 weeks, and I thought I really just want to keep Saturdays a little bit easier, especially because we've been having family over for Sunday dinners, and so that means usually a little bit more work on Sundays. And so for Saturday, I'm planning to make Instant Pot chicken noodle soup. So I have some chicken breasts that are half the package left from when we had sweet and sour chicken, and so that I was going to use tonight to make the baked chicken following me. And so I will use those. What I will do is I will cook those first in the Instant Pot and let them cook for I think it's like 12 minutes or something, and they will shred apart really easy, and then I'll build the soup and cook it a little bit more, and it is going to be delicious. I'll use egg noodles for that as well, and I prefer to use water with chicken powder, so like chicken stock powder, because I feel like it has the best flavor. So we'll do carrots. I'll use my mandolin. Do you guys know what a mandolin is? So I should have it out to show you. But you use it for potatoes and different casserole dishes, and then specifically for carrots for my soup. But it's a slicer, and slices them like paper thin, which makes them more likely to be eaten by my children. And they cook really well for chicken noodle soup. I can put a lot more in without it feeling like overwhelming with carrots. I'll put celery in there, and I'll usually serve that with some rolls or a salad and kind of complete the meal. I may or may not add dumplings because that helps create more of a bulk meal, especially if we're having it for supper. My husband will get hungry. You have to eat like a lot of soup to really get it fill you up. So serving it with some kind of like dumpling or breadstick or bread will really go a long way, as well as serving a salad with croutons or some rice. If you added rice to your soup would be a good option as well. So Sunday is my favorite. Like I just said before, we've been having family over, and we're anticipating to have my father-in-law over on Sunday. And so I'm actually planning to make a lasagna, which is something I like to make, I don't know, maybe once every 8 weeks or so. Lasagna is so easy to make that you should almost always make 2 lasagnas at once, because why not? Then you can put the other one in the freezer, and you have it for the next time you want to eat it. And it's not that much work. It saves so much time. So I've got to hurry this along. We're going to serve that with French bread and salad. Lots of salad this week. So anyways, what I'm working on and what I kind of started to ramble about in the end of my first video is that I am working on showing you how to make a master list, which is something that someone taught me years ago when I first joined MOPS and was a new mom. And making a master list of the meals you make makes it so much easier to meal plan, because you pull that out and you just pop them in to your week. Now, this week we're having a meal almost every single day, which means next Monday when you listen, you're going to hear more leftovers in there, because I'm not going to let all this food go to waste. So we'll see how it goes. You never know how much the kids will eat, how things will really end up going if we end up not making one of these meals and needing leftovers somewhere else. Does that make sense? So anyways, I really have been enjoying this. I would love your feedback. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're eating, and I will talk to you guys later.